And good evening, race fans. Welcome to Arizona Speedway as we prepare for the Mobil1 Cup Series 2 divisions, where we will at the end of them finally know who is going to battle it out to become Season 3 Mobil1 Cup Series champion. We've got drivers here in all shapes and sizes, and all the scenarios are just the same. We've got drivers who can come into this race and the Division 2 race with nothing to worry about. They could just race it out. Regardless of where they finish, they're going to make the chase. Stephen Dillon, of course, our points leader. Let's see if I can actually get that out. Our points leader, who's actually going to roll off on the outside of the front row. He's one of those drivers. Sean Galligan, Amy Nate, Arnold Columbia, rookie Zach Carlson, and Matthew Rodriguez all come in with the assurity that they will be in the chase for the championship. So now they're starting to get into, hopefully, championship racing mode instead of just regular season mode, because they know now that they will be in the chase for the championship. Other drivers, though, that we do not know are going to be in the chase for the championship are 7th in the standings, Emilio Navarrete. He comes in 16 points ahead of that 10th spot. Jacob Rodriguez, he's 8th in the standings. He comes in 15 points ahead of the 10th spot. Jake Cole, we'll see him in Division 2. He's 9th in the standings, 7 points ahead of that top 10 spot. And coming in that critical top 10 spot is Michael Harvey, and he is in this division as well. Also, we're going to keep an eye on the battle for the wildcard spots, because we've got 11th through 13th, Trent Dunham, Jacob Lawler, Sean Henley, all just 1 point out of that 10th position in the standings. They are tied in the standings with the same number of points and with 1 win apiece. They currently are in a 3-way tie for that wildcard spot number 1. We'll keep an eye on that during the course of the day. Other drivers who mathematically could get into the chase with good runs here, basically, most of them are in Division 2, as we've got Tony Speed. He's 14th in the standings, 2 points out of 10th. Anthony McCurry is 15th in the standings, 5 points out of 10th. Bob Fergus is 16th in the standings, 10 points out of 10th. And then 17th and 18th in the standings are Jake Baskinger and Alan Tanker, each 11 points out of the top 10 spot. All that information you pretty much were able to derive, I'm sure, from the pre-race video there leading up to tonight's race here, where drivers are going to try and make their way into the chase. Our basic drivers that we'll be keeping an eye on during the course of the night are drivers trying to stay inside the top 10, Emilio Navarrete, Jacob Rodriguez, Michael Harvey. Drivers trying to move into the top 10 or at least get one of the wildcard spots, Trent Dunham and Sean Henley. On the pole for this race is going to be Connor Breton alongside of, as we mentioned, Stephen Dillon, the points leader. Dillon, basically nothing to lose. He's going to be able to race it as hard as he wants here tonight. Joe Smith, James Qualls, they'll line up in the second row in 3rd and 4th. Both of them have won this year. Joe Smith not necessarily winning, but that 23 ride has been to victory lane, and so it does have a win to its credit. So if he picked up his second win, or the second win for the 23, the first of his career, he could end up getting that number 23 car into the wildcard spot. Same deal for James Qualls. If he wins his second race of this season, he could get the wildcard spot. That's a big thing as well. No driver yet here in the Mobil1 Cup Series has been able to go to victory lane for 2 times this season. Could that happen tonight? If it does, we're going to have a prime number 1 contender for the wildcard spot heading into the chase. Pace car peels off. The field will peel off. They'll complete 2 pace laps, and then we'll get ready to put them under the green flag. You feel it in the air. The chase is near, and here's the starting lineup for tonight's race, the Happy Wheels 300 version 1. Getting ready to go to green flag racing. Already there's a problem, and that's for Tim Feigl in the 30 car. There's no smoke coming out of that race car, so I can only derive that it may be a mechanical problem or maybe a tire going down. So a tough break for Tim Feigl. He was going to start this race off, I believe, in the 7th position. So Connor Breton's going to lead us to the green flag. Already tough break for Tim Feigl and that number 30 team. Pace car is peeled off. Tim Feigl right behind coming down pit road. But it's Connor Breton, Stephen Dillon, Joe Smith, James Qualls, and now Robert Band, the top 5, as we get the green flag here at Arizona. And they're going to go 3 wide for the lead just like that. Joe Smith down to the inside. Stephen Dillon getting shuffled there. Whoa, he nearly got turned by James Qualls there off of turn 2, but they keep it together and they'll keep it green. Heading down the back straightaway. Joe Smith the leader. Robert Band second and Emilio Navarre at third. You know, I think you may see the same kind of a scenario that we saw in the Truck Series race. Daniel Schwab, Anthony McCurry, they had to get good finishes to ensure themselves into the chase for the championship. Emilio Navarre trying to do that exact same thing as he comes in 7th in the standings. He mathematically could fall out of the the top 10, and there's a wreck. The leaders, Robert Band and Joe Smith, and they're wrecking further back. Connor Germain's around, and Sean Henley. And Henley is smoking. Sean Henley, one of those drivers trying to get the wild card spot. Tied for 11th in the standings. Matt Naton's in it. Jordan Hester's in it. But there's the big story right there. The NOS Energy Ford of Sean Henley is involved in the first wreck of the night. And that could have just made his championship hopes, his chase hopes, literally go up in smoke. Dougie Shears was in that as well. Ray Wilson was involved. Luke Walker, Adam Chambers, Devin Wilson. There's a big list of drivers, and Sean Henley's out. Oh my goodness, what a turn of events. And after those front 2 wrecked, Emilio Navarre has taken the lead, and oh, there's another car wrecked. Tim Walsh, he's in it. And the caution's out. And wow. Well, let's get ready to go back, or not go to green flag racing. Let's look at a replay and see what happened. Sean Henley is taken out of the equation here with a wreck on the second lap of the night. It looks like this was a case of the driver, Robert Band, coming in and out of the corner just a little too hard. Watch right here as his car is going to get loose. Fishtails up the racetrack, and then there's just nowhere for Joe Smith to go as he gets pinched between Robert Band and the outside wall. And Joe Smith, I think, makes a little contact there with Hayden Klein, but that's not what triggered that other wreck. Let's find... Oh, there's Jordan Hester. Oh, there it is, right there. Jordan Hester gets into Robert Band. Matt Naton gets turned around there. Logan Ryan, last week's winner, gets a piece of it. Michael Harvey, oh, he does get a little piece of it. Sean Henley's involved there as well. Hester, Connor Germain. But Michael Harvey got a piece of it there in the Red Bull Toyota. And let's not forget, Harvey comes in that critical 10th spot in the standings. Oh, Zohar Mahmoud got a piece of that as well. And Adam Chambers, I think he may have gotten spun earlier on before that other wreck even occurred with Ray Wilson, Dougie Shears and company. But the caution is out. Let's settle it all out now as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Sean Henley, Michael Harvey, 2 of the top contenders here that we're watching, got some damage from this. Henley, we know, has retired. Now, some other drivers that were involved in that were Tim Walsh, Leo Rogers, and Devin Wilson. And here's the list of drivers that are out of this race. Connor Germain, he's actually 1 lap down, but Robert Band, Jordan Hester, Leo Rogers, Devin Wilson, Tim Walsh, they all retire. Sean Henley retires. He'll finish in the 38th position. Now, for Henley to have one of the wild card spots, the number 39 of Jacob Lawler in Division 2 has to finish 39th or worse. And I'll tell you what, Henley's going to be all nervous. He's going to be on a bed of nails, literally, this whole time, hoping that maybe a miracle could happen and he could get into the chase. But right now, it's not looking good for Sean Henley. Ray Wilson, Dougie Shears, and Luke Walker all retire from the race as well. Let's get ready to go through the field, see who's going to be restarting where. And I did have the paper with the commercial on it, and I cannot find it. So I'm going to look for it here as I commentate. So this is actually brought to you by Dylan Tay 22's channel, and I'll give the complete commercial if we have another restart. Mia Navarre leads, Jamie Muckley second, Cody Poe third, Ryan Cooper fourth, Bob Fergus fifth, rest of the top 10, Jason Marshall, Trent Dunham's up to 7th, Jacob Rodriguez 8th, James Qualls 9th, and points leader Stephen Dillon will restart in 10th. As I am feverishly looking for that commercial. Oh, there. No, it isn't. I think I heard a wreck. As they're 3 wide for the lead. Navarrete gets shuffled way to the high side. And it's going to be Cody Poe going to the front. Cody Poe will lead. Ryan Cooper's going to take second now from Jamie Muckley. And, oh, they're wrecking some more back there. Poe leads. But, oh, Xavier Livingston's on pit road. James Qualls is in it. Logan Wilson's in it. John Dillon, Bob Fergus, Jacob Rodriguez. 8th in the standings is involved. Jack Richards got a piece of it. And the caution's out again. And there's the big important one right there for this incident. Jacob Rodriguez, 8th in the standings, only a mere 15 points ahead of that 10th place spot. As, oh, he gets into Bob Fergus right there on the back straightaway. That's going to add more damage to the Roush Fenway Racing Ford. Let's see what happened to the 16. Well, here's what happened. It was Trent Dunham, one of those drivers trying to get the wild card spot or get into the chase, getting into Bob Fergus, turning him around. Jacob Rodriguez goes around for a spin. And, whoa, good miss by Daniel Schwab and Anthony McCurry. McCurry pulling double duty. We'll talk about that in a minute. Logan Wilson plows into Jacob Rodriguez. Jack Richards nowhere to go. James Qualls, he's going to try and miss down low, which he does succeed in doing, but then John Dillon's there and he hooks James Qualls. And, oh, Qualls head on into the wall. Nowhere for him to go, and the caution comes out. John Dillon sustains some pretty heavy damage as well. And there's Jacob Rodriguez. Let's see if the 16 will be able to continue, but cars littering all over between turns 1 and 2. It's a lot of debris for these guys to clean up. These safety crews. As Jacob Rodriguez, John Dillon, James Qualls, Logan Wilson basically got the brunt of that wreck. Well, we'll go back to Green Flag Racing. It'll be on lap 12 of 41. Drivers after that incident that have retired are Logan Wilson, James Qualls, and Xavier Livingston must have a mechanical problem because he's sitting there on pit road. He's now fallen 4 laps down, but he is not retired from the race. We'll get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing, and I did find the commercial. This, going through the running order, is brought to you by Dylan Tay 22's channel. Like 4 times the racing, then check out Dylan Tay 22's channel today. Home of the Mountain Dew Racing Series, Mopar Nationwide Series, NNSCRA Exide Battery Truck Series, PRWC Gatorade Pro Series, all great series. Looking for the best drivers on YouTube. Check them out today on Dylan Tay 22's channel, and you might find your Christmas miracle! I can't do it like him. I cannot pull it off like him. But nonetheless, that's the commercial. Link is in the description for Dylan Tay 22's channel. Be sure and check him out. Cody Poe's the leader. Alexander Rogers will be second now. Hayden Klein third. Eric Burton fourth. Jake Bergen fifth. Joe Smith sixth. Seventh, Ryan Cooper. Jay Muckley eighth. Logan Ryan, last week's winner, looking for 2 in a row, as he is in 9th place. And Adam Chambers, with a damaged race car both in the front and the back, is up to 10th place. Green flag comes back out, and it'll be on lap 12 of 41. If you're wondering why there are so many different players up here inside the top 10, they just made pit stops under that last caution, which shuffled everybody around. And I think I just heard someone scraping the wall, and the caution's out again. Here comes Alexander Rogers. She's going to go for the lead, though, underneath of Cody Poe. Hayden Klein there in second now as he moves into position. Look at all the O-something cars. Got 05, 02, 07, and 01 as Alexander Rogers will lead us under the caution now. And the caution this time comes out for, Jason Marshall and Adam Chambers. Jay Juke as well. And Emilio Navarrete. 7th in the standings. The highest up driver who can still fall out of the top 10 in points. And Michael Harvey! 10th in the standings! Oh no, oh my goodness, this is going to change this big time now. Caution's out. And 2 contenders. There's Emilio Navarrete, will he stay in? Yes he will, and there's Michael Harvey, crunched like a Red Bull can. Let's see what happened. Let's take a look here. I'm wondering if it starts up ahead there with Adam Chambers, Jason Marshall, and Emilio Navarrete. Now, Chambers had damage. It may have had him be off the pace. And, Jason Marshall just gets into the Wrangler Chevrolet. turns him around, and up they go into two championship contenders there, Michael Harvey and Emil Navarrete. Jay Juke gets a piece of it, and Harvey actually was flipped over onto his roof. Now here's the deal. Harvey only came in 2 points ahead, or no, 1 point ahead of Trent Dunham, Jacob Lawler, Sean Henley, that battle for 11th. If Trent Dunham finishes above Michael Harvey, which is very definite now because Harvey has retired, Dunham may not even have to worry about the wild card spot. Dunham could get into the top 10 in points with what has just happened. Let's go back and now figure it all out as we're getting ready to go back to green flag. Well, while one driver's championship hopes may have just ended, another one's may just beginning. Drivers out after this incident: Jay Juke, Jason Marshall, Adam Chambers, and Michael Harvey is out in 28th place. Trent Dunham is going to restart this race in where? 11th position. Trent Dunham by 17 points is ahead of Michael Harvey, and Trent Dunham right now with the live points is in the top 10 in the point standing. So Trent Dunham may be able, if he can continue this run, Dunham may be in the chase for the championship and not even have to worry about the wild card. Let's show where they're running. Brought to you by Dylan Tay 22's channel. Check out the link in the description. Jamie Muckley's going to be the leader. Ryan Cooper second. Lisa Shears is now up to third. Anthony McCurry in fourth. Fifth is Daniel Schwab. Sixth is Stephen Dillon. Tim Feigl, who had that trouble before the green even flew for this event, he's now up to 7th place after he stayed on the lead lap. Jack Richards, he's 8th. Connor Breton, our pole sitter, is 9th. And Brandon Parsons is 10th. And you got big brother, little brother, Trent Dunham, Zohar Mahmoud in 11th and 12th. As we get ready to get the green flag, let's talk a little bit about Anthony McCurry. He's doing some double duty in both the Mobil1 Cup Series and Snickers Cup Series due to Harui Tashimi's hard impact last week at Michigan. She ended up re-injuring her knee, which she had been out for about 3 or 4 weeks for. Whoa, look at Lisa Shears go way up almost into the wall, and Daniel Schwab nearly turned Anthony McCurry, but McCurry almost looked for the lead there in turn 3. But McCurry, he's driving the 9 here in Division 1, the 77 over in Division 2, which does have a chance of making the chase, by the way. And then in the Snickers Cup Series, he's driving the number 38 in Division 2 and the number 88 in Division 3. So he's one busy guy, and right now he's busy going to the front as he bypasses Jamie Muckley. And he will take the top spot. Muckley falls back to second, and look at Stephen Dillon. Talk about a guy who can just flat out go for it. That's Stephen Dillon. He's got no worries. He's the points leader. He's in the chase regardless of where he finishes in this event, so he can go all out and go all or nothing to try and get the win here, which certainly could help him out. It would be 5 points towards the bonus points when the chase begins. There's Daniel Schwab back there. Schwab, we know he's going to be racing it out for the Truck Series Championship as he ended up making the chase there, but he's not really in contention to be able to get into the Mobil1 Cup Series Championship. So he's just basically riding around trying to pick up his first Mobil1 Cup Series win of the season. And then behind him, some pit strategy working out pretty well for the Phoenix Racing number 1 of Lisa Shears, as she currently runs inside the top 5. It's the first time we've seen her up inside the top 5. That pit stop really helped out that car. And Lisa Shears is looking for her first win of this season as well in the Mobil1 Cup Series. Kind of interesting scenario here. You got Daniel Schwab there in 5th, Lisa Shears 6th. These two may be contending with each other right here, kind of as if to say, hey, we're going to meet each other in the championship running for the Truck Series Championship, because Lisa Shears made that as well. Maybe they're just feeling each other out here to know what they're going to have to expect from each other. Whoa, Stephen Dillon, is he scraping the wall? Yes, he is. Up and into the wall is Stephen Dillon as he's going to lose several spots. There goes Tim Feigl, Ryan Cooper, and Trent Dunham is up into 8th. I think he just now took 7th from Stephen Dillon. Trent Dunham's a man on a mission, trying to make both the Mobil1 Cup Series Championship and the Snickers Cup Series Championship. And right now he is in that 7th position. And what a race for Tim Feigl. Talk about turning your luck around. He's up in the 5th position right now after he was down pit road. We did get a report it was a tire that went down before they even took the green flag. He was able to get that quick caution, which ended up putting him back on the lead lap, and he's now up here inside the top 5 looking for a top 5 finish. There's Ryan Cooper, good run for him. His teammate Luke Walker retired in dead last here after being involved in the first incident of the night. But Ryan Cooper doing a good job for that Hefty Motorsports team, as he's now about to get a challenge from Trent Dunham, Stephen Dillon, and he's caught in that high line, so he's not really going to be able to do much about it. Hayden Klein, good run for the 01, and the caution's out. Hayden Klein was running in the 9th position, by the way. The caution's out, and it looks like Anthony McCurry is going to lead him down to the caution over Daniel Schwab and Jamie Muckley. So, let's see what... Oh, it was John Dillon. John Dillon went to the caution flag for one more time. Tough break for the Discount Tire Dodge. Dillon, we know, will be in the Truck Series Championship chase as well with 2 wins. He got the wild card spot number 1 for that, but things not going his way here tonight in this Mobil 1 Cup Series race. Let's see what happened to the Penske Dodge. Quite honestly, I don't get this. I don't get what was going through last week's winner Logan Ryan's mind. Maybe if we can get into the head of Logan Ryan, we may be able to understand it. But look at this. There's not a car around them, and he just flat out turned John Dillon. I think Logan Ryan has just found a brand new rival or something. And oh, look at this. Look at that. He nearly ended up becoming the victim of his own deeds right there, did Logan Ryan, because John Dillon nearly came right up into him, and that would have taken Logan out of this race. But John Dillon backed it hard into the outside retaining wall, and John Dillon, he's going to be PO'd at Logan Ryan. No doubt about that. So we may have a new rivalry brewing here in the Mobil 1 Cup Series. Logan Ryan, not a stranger to having rivals. You can think back to the beginning of the Season 3 Truck Series when Trent Dunham and Logan Ryan had that series, that rivalry going on. I don't think yet the embers have died down from that either, and I think a new fire's just been ignited between John Dillon and Logan Ryan. Really, that was no need for Logan Ryan to do that, and boy, he's got to keep his temper in check or something, because that was not a sportsmanlike thing to do right there. And John Dillon, I don't think that's the last of it. I think John Dillon and Logan Ryan may have some words after this race is over. Lap 28 of 41 is when we'll go back to green flag racing. We got a few lap cars down there. Jack Richards ended up having to make a pit stop for his damaged race car. He's fallen a lap down. Connor Germain's been a lap down pretty much since the start of this race. And John Dillon has returned to the racetrack now, but he is caught a lap down to the leaders as well. Nobody retired after that solo car spin for John Dillon. And here's the way they'll line up as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. It's brought to you by Dylan Tay 22's channel. Check out the link in the description. Anthony McCurry is the leader. Second is Daniel Schwab. Third is Jamie Muckley. Lisa Shears will be fourth, and Tim Feigl is up to fifth. Trent Dunham, who right now, according to our live points, is in the top 10 in points and would not have to worry about his wild card spot. He is in 6th. 7th is Stephen Dillon. 8th, Ryan Cooper. 9th, Hayden Klein. Cody Poe is in 10th. 11th is Eric Burton. Brandon Parsons 12th. Alexander Rogers 13th. Bob Fergus 14th. 15th, Jake Berg. The rest of the top 20 is Connor Breton, Zohar Manud, Matt Nathan, Logan Ryan, and Joe Smith. Gonna be interesting here. I'm gonna want to see this as John Dillon begins to fall back. Let's look at Logan Ryan as we get the green flag. Let's see if Ryan's going to come up here on John Dillon at any point and what may occur. They're all maneuvering their way around those slower cars. John Dillon is one of them up ahead. Whoa, they're kind of backed up there behind John Dillon. Here comes Logan Ryan into the picture. Will John Dillon retaliate? They're all trying to work their way around the slower car of John Dillon. Oh, whoa, Joe Smith nearly gets turned. Cody Poe's into the wall. And Smith's down actually on the apron. Yeah, he was on the apron. Joe Smith ran that whole thing on the apron. He's still on the apron. Look at that car. Whee! Whoa, Connor Germain's into the wall. And Connor Germain just hit Logan Ryan. Two drivers who have really big tempers just got together right there. And that may be another rivalry in the making. There's Xavier Livingston. He has not yet budged from pit road. They have got something terribly wrong on that car, yet he has not retired from the race, as Daniel Schwab is now the leader. Anthony McCurry second, Jamie Muckley third, Lisa Shears fourth, and Tim Feigel's under fire from Stephen Dillon. I think that may be his teammate. Here comes Muckley to the inside. Don't forget, Jacob Bell put that 04 car in victory lane at Talladega, so it has one win. If Muckley wins tonight, Muckley's in the chase for the championship via the wild card spot. Really, for these drivers that have at least one winner, their ride has a win. It really would benefit them if they could get that car back in victory lane for a second time this season. It would get them a wild card spot without question. As Anthony McCurry is going to take the lead back from Daniel Schwab. Oh, I heard some scraping back there, but we may still be under the green. And according to the pace car, we are. And I think it was Emilio Navarrete and Jacob Rodriguez. Navarrete is currently in 19th place, but I think he's going to be running worse than that now as he comes down here to the start-finish line. Let's see where indeed he is at this point. 21st, and Jacob Rodriguez is 22nd. Muckley leads now. Anthony McCurry second. Now look at Stephen Dillon suddenly starting to merge up here in the late stages of this race. I was talking about how Stephen Dillon is in the chase for the championship, but he is winless this season. And if Stephen could get a win here tonight, that would be 5 bonus points for when he makes the chase. Lisa Shears slides by Daniel Schwab and will take over fourth, and here's a battle on for the lead again. Anthony McCurry continues to go to the front. It's been Schwab, Muckley, and Anthony McCurry for the last 5-6 laps. As they hit the stripe, 8 laps to go in this event. 8 laps remaining. And how would it be? How would it be for Anthony McCurry filling into that number 9 ride for the injured Harui Tashimi for the rest of the season to be able to get that car to victory lane and pick up his first Mobil 1 Cup Series victory of Season 3? Caution's out. Caution's out. And who's it for? Whoa, Daniel Schwab. Oh my word, one of the top contenders. What happened? Connor Breeden's involved, and they're backed up here. Logan Ryan, Joe Smith, John Dillon, Jake Berg. A huge pile up on the back straightaway. As McCurry's the leader, look who's second. Trent Dunham, Feigl, Hayden Klein, Lisa Shears. That's the top 5. Who's the car that was almost flipped over there? Oh, there's a lot of cars on pit road. Zohar Manud, Matt Nathan, Alexander Rogers, Brandon Parsons, Bob Fergus, Jamie Muckley. He was up at the front. Ryan Cooper, Stephen Dillon, and Connor Breeden. What in the world happened? Oh my. Let's go back and look. This is incredible. Well, who would have thunk it? Up here at the front, battling for 4th place. And right here, let's see where the contact comes. Does Schwab slide up the racetrack here in this turn? Yeah, the car got loose. And he's up into Jamie Muckley, and the two of them are going to hit the wall. That's bizarre. That's really bizarre. As the two of them get the wall, but I think maybe something else happens further up here? Because what happened to Stephen Dillon? I don't know. Let's look back here at Muckley and Daniel Schwab. They're trying to get straightened out. Here comes Connor Breeden. Here comes Zohar Manud. Here comes Alexander Rogers. Oh, look at Zohar flying through the air. Brandon Parson plows in. Bob Fergus is in. Here comes Cody Poe into the mix. He rams into the back of Fergus. Jake Berg is into the back of Cody Poe. Matt Nathan's into the back of Jake Berg. It's just a chain reaction wreck. Logan Ryan's into the back of Matt Nathan. Joe Smith's into the back of Logan Ryan. I think John Dillon's going to come into the picture here. There we go. There's Emilio Navarrete. Or Navarrete. I keep mispronouncing his name. He's going to hit right there. John Dillon's into the back of him. Jacob Rodriguez is into the back of John Dillon. But what happened to Stephen Dillon? Whoa, there he is. Oh, it was Lisa Shears who turned him. Oh my goodness, a battle for second goes awry right here. And look at Trent Dunham. What a heads-up move going to the high side. Steven's going to slide up the racetrack. And who's going to be the one to tag him? Eric Burton, perhaps? Yep. And Ryan Cooper runs into Eric Burton. Jack Richards does a good job missing. But Cooper, Burton, they run into the spinning Stephen Dillon, and we have a wreck on the back straightaway. A huge pileup on the back straightaway, I might add. And then a 3-car wreck here on the front straightaway. That's taken out a lot of the top contenders for this race. Let's go back to green flag racing. We must have at least, I would say, 10 cars out of the race after these two incidents that just occurred here. And one of them was the points leader, Stephen Dillon. Now, Stephen Dillon out of this race. Now let's take a look and see what the tally is here, as we have only 8 cars left to finish this race. Jack Richards is out, I think, or is he still in? He may be still in. Yeah, Jack Richards is still in, so we actually have 10 cars ready to finish off this race. The drivers out of the race are Eric Burton, Ryan Cooper, Stephen Dillon, Logan Ryan, Bob Fergus, Cody Poe, Jamie Muckley, Daniel Schwab, Connor Breton, Zohar Manud, Alexander Rogers, Brandon Parsons, Jake Berg, Matt Nathan, John Dillon. How many was that? That was 15. 15 cars out after that incident. And here's the drivers left to battle it out for the win here tonight in the Happy Wheels 300 version 1. Anthony McCurry is the leader. Trent Dunham, second place right now. He is in the top 10 in points. He's going to be in the chase, folks. Tim Feigl is third. Fourth, Hayden Klein. Emilio Navarrete, seventh in the standings. He's in fifth. He will make the chase. Jacob Rodriguez, he is eighth in the standings. He is sixth on the racetrack. He will make the chase. Lisa Shears, seventh. 1 lap down in ninth is Jack Richards. 1 lap down in 10th, that's Connor Germain, and Joe Smith is in 8th place. So here we go. Total of 3 laps remaining here in this event. That running through the order was brought to you by Dylan Tay 22's YouTube channel. Check it out as the link in the description. As Anthony McCurry has a huge lead, but Trent Dunham, Hayden Klein, Tim Feigl, they may be able to catch him before all is said and done. Anthony McCurry, though, off the final turn. 2 laps to go for the DeWalt Ford Mustang. As we have only 10 cars left to finish this race, only 8 of them on the lead lap, and basically only 4 up to full speed. But we now know that locked into the chase are the drivers of Emilio Navarrete, Jacob Rodriguez, and Trent Dunham. So congratulations to those 3 as they now have survived at Arizona, and they will make the chase. But we're still trying to find out who's going to win this event. Off turn 4, it's going to be Anthony McCurry receiving the white flag. This isn't even his original Mobil 1 Cup Series ride, folks. He's a fill-in driver for the injured Harui Tashimi. What a tribute it would be to her if Anthony McCurry could pick up his first Season 3 Mobil 1 Cup Series win in that ride. Off the backstretch, down to turn 3, just has to hit his marks. He's got about 5, 6, 7 car lengths in hand over second place Hayden Klein. As off turn 4 for the final time, Anthony McCurry snaps his winless streak as he will come down and receive the checkered flag, and he wins the race in the ride that Harui Tashimi drove for most of this season. What a tribute right there for Anthony McCurry to the injured Harui Tashimi. And how about that? He doesn't even win in his original ride. He wins as a fill-in driver, of all things. Second place is going to be Hayden Klein. That's going to be his best career finish. Tim Feigl came from absolutely nowhere after having troubles before the green even dropped. He finished third. And Trent Dunham, the new entry into the chase for the championship in the Mobil 1 Cup Series, will finish fourth with Lisa Shears in fifth. Emilio Navarrete, he's sixth place. That gets him into the chase. And where did Jacob Rodriguez finish? 8th. A top 10 gets him into the chase. So now we know who 9 of the drivers will be who are in the chase for the championship. Stephen Dillon, Sean Galligan, Amy Nathan, Arnold Columbia, Zach Carlson, Matthew Rodriguez. They were already clinched in, regardless of where they finished in these 2 division races. The next one is coming up. But now joining them will be Emilio Navarrete, Jacob Rodriguez, and Trent Dunham. I have just received word that for Sean Henley to make the chase, Jacob Lawler in the Division 2 race will have to finish in 39th or worse for Henley to get a wild card spot. Will Henley be able to do it? Two of his teammates, Matthew Rodriguez and now Jacob Rodriguez, they have made it in. Could Roush Fenway Racing get 3 in, or will Jacob Lawler be able to take advantage of what's been a dismal day for Sean Henley? All those questions are going to be answered very soon. We've also got a lot of drivers such as Tony Speed, Anthony McCurry in his 77 ride, Jake Baskinger, and Alan Tanker, who mathematically can get into the chase. It's going to be a wild ride in Division 2 as Anthony McCurry picks up the win, his first of Season 3 in the Mobil 1 Cup Series. Thanks for watching. Here comes the finishing order. Be sure and check out Division 2, where the chase for the championship the points will be shown, and we will know finally who the drivers will be who will battle it out for the championship. You've been watching the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. Here comes the finishing order. See you guys later.